All lies will be exposed.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Welcome, everybody, to Hard Lens Media. My name is Kit Cabello, and I've got a couple of special announcements here. First of all, Hard Lens Media remembers its own. Shout out to Old Man Barker. Today's your birthday. You're 43. Listen, you're still young. You're still a young bull. Okay. I'm 40. Okay. Come on. Come on. Don't be putting yourself down here or anything else like that. And I am demanding from my audience cake and celebratory emojis in the chat right now from my main man, my brother from another mother. There you go. Shout out to Old Man Barker. But also, apparently, we got ourselves a universal present here. Shadow Walker says, hey, I found where to change the handle. Well, if that's the case, here's what I'm going to tell you to do. Tell my people how to do it. You're going to tell my people how to do it. That's your homework assignment, Shadow Walker. So here's my Linktree, Peace Tree. Join our Discord. All right. Join our Discord and, go ahead and tell us how we can fix that right away. And so that way the message is shared, share in the live stream chat. So that way people's original handles are back. Okay. So who doesn't love those love handles? If you know what I'm saying, grab life by the love handles as you should all the time, every time. So there you go. And plus you can support us on all of our social medias there too. So there you go. But I want to see cake emojis. Where are the cake emojis for Old Man Barker right now? See, there you go. See, there you go. Look at that. Look at that. Old Man Barker. Hey, how you doing, buddy? Old Man Barker. And I used to say Old Man Baker. Old Man Barker, good to see you, buddy. Happy birthday. And thank you for making your morning and spending time for your birthday with Hardlands Media. Also, I need to make a special announcement here too. So first of all, we are in the final month of December, and a lot has happened to me during this year. A lot of challenges, close calls, trials and tribulations, and a lot of loss and a lot of pain. And in it, I just want to share this message with all of you about having the resolve and follow through with commitment, especially with yourself. Because if you can't take care of yourself, you can't take care of nobody. And that's what's important. Solidarity with yourself, follow through with yourself, and relying on yourself. Since then, I've had some very interesting opportunities. Besides doing Hardlands Media, I'm working a couple other jobs as well because, hey, times are tough, but you know what? It's a matter of biting the bullet and having that true grit and living and fighting and breathing. And if you don't make it count, if you don't follow through with your own self-commitments, it's going to be a dark road. And I also want to give a huge thank you to you, the audience, who have made Hardlands Media happen. From the patron supporters to casual viewers to everybody else in between. Hell, I'm even going to throw in the trolls here too. Thank you, everybody, for making this channel, especially in this day and age where there's a lot of online censorship. Good friend of the show, Roger Meadows, his Twitter account is still down. We don't know what happened to it. And a lot of people are upset about it, especially those in independent media, because Roger Meadows has been a good friend and he's been on numerous, he's been part of different communities across the political spectrum, sharing his thoughts and his information on citizen ballot initiatives and electoral information. And, in my short time knowing Roger Meadows and seeing his X account and X account activities, I don't know what he did was so wrong. So if you are on X, politely, I know everyone doesn't want to do that, but politely, let X and X support know to reinstate Roger Meadows' X account. We got to make this go viral. Let's get his account back. So there you go. All right. So there you go. I just wanted to share all of that with all of you. We got ourselves a great show. Hassan, my main man from Another Brother. Love you, Hardlands Media. Well, I love you too. Okay, there you go. There you go. There you go. Let's see. Biting bullets, you're doing it wrong. Mr. Moto, so. There ain't no hippos here. And also, hold on. Go to the main page. Look at the bottom right where it says you. Click it. Then click the icon. Then click the pencil. Oh. Okay. Hey, Eno Shadow Walker, that's your assignment throughout the entire live stream chat. Telling people how to fix it. Okay, you're gonna be there. You're gonna be there. You're gonna be there. And you know what? Listen, I'm gonna do something that I normally don't do. But Eno Shadow Walker, if you were to do a detail and someone would do like a super chat, doesn't have to be anything too gigantic or anything. I will post that regularly throughout the show so people can get their names back, because I think a lot of people, not only in my live stream chat, but in Due Dissident's live stream chat, in Jimmy Dore's live stream chat, would really appreciate getting their old handle names back. So there you go. So let's go ahead. And Jacqueline Jack H, isn't 40 the new 30? Excuse me. I am 40 summers years young, my favorite Britannian from Britannia. Okay. 40 is the new 20. So there you go. There you go. There you go. Final months of December. Yeah. Oh, more coffee kit. Yeah. Sorry. The final months of 2025. Thank you. No sound bites. Michael Voss, the only Republican who is brave enough to be on Hardlands Media. Don't worry. I'm going to take over all political parties from the left to the right. That Kit Cabello must be stopped. He's a piece of shit. All right. Let's see. I sent my message to Elon directly. Tweet, not DM. Oh, okay. I wish I was more connected to DM. Huh? Well, you know what? Hey, no sound bites. Anything to help out Roger Meadows. Anything to help out Roger Meadows. He's a good friend of the show, you know. And so there you go. That's what I want. I want his live. I want his X account back. So there you go. So let's go ahead. And move on to our first segment of the day. I think it's only fair that I want to get this one out of the way because I know not a lot of people are interested in it, but I think it's fundamentally important. So let's go ahead and talk about it. On Harlan's Media, you know, we've talked about nuisance streamers from Janet Shamali to Vitaly. We've mentioned Ice Poseidon a few times. A lot of these nuisance streamers who go to these different countries. And I remember even speaking about this with Larry Sharp and even Michael Voss about these nuisance streamers on Kick, on Twitch, and yes, surprisingly on YouTube, who go to these areas in these different countries, cause trouble, and then find out. Most notably, Johnny Somali, he ain't ever leaving South Korea. And Vitaly, who's in the Philippines. I mean, these nuisance streamers have set a very dangerous precedent. And now you got these same nuisance streamers, new ones, by the way, doing some very stupid stuff in the USA. Now, I've given this warning to my viewing audience. Hey, be careful when you're driving. Don't honk your horn as much. You know, try and be polite and kind as much as possible. I know that's a huge burden to do for a lot of people because there's a lot of jerks out there. But Asmongold, who's one of the top Twitch streamers, who's also been against nuisance streaming, which I am against. I think nuisance streaming needs to be banned, and I say this because look, I'm for free speech. I'm against censorship. But nuisance streaming is when you are in people's face, you are harassing them directly, you're bothering them. You don't know what that person's going through. You don't. And even these same nuisance streamers causing some problems in different countries. You know, maybe I'm old school here, but my mama Cabello has taught me that when I walk outside, I'm representing the family. You know, I'm pretty sure all of you had that lecture or talk in one form or in one iteration. How you go outside, how you present yourself, how you talk about anything, or even how you even do a show here. If you do online commentary, is hey, you're representing your values. And Asmongold warns that someone will get shot if Twitch nuisance streaming isn't banned. To which I have to say, not only is he correct, but it kind of sort of, it's a little bit of stretch here, has already happened. I covered it recently, probably a few months ago, where there were some YouTubers, small channels, by the way, who were having this beef. And one of them, there was a shootout in Las Vegas, I believe. So I want to play this video here. And I think it's just important because these nuisance streamers are going to cause some severe problems for the rest of us online, in the online community space. Now, Legal Mindset has done a great job calling them out. Everyone has. And these nuisance streamers, they're going to add more fuel to the fire of the censorship. And I've been giving this warning to a lot of my colleagues in independent media on the right and on the left. Like, hey, you know, there's going to be this AI program. It's going to be coming after us. It's going to be censoring us. We've been seeing the posts on social media, too, of a lot of larger YouTube channels also being hit. People commenting what's going on. And let's add a face to it. Nuisance streaming. Nuisance streaming needs to be banned. So I want to play this video here. Let's go ahead and pull it up here. And he's not wrong. Someone's going to get shot. And I say this because it's bound to happen.
The klepto, I think, dude, she doesn't need to steal. She is, as I said, these people, what Nina is a low-functioning psychopath. I'm telling you.
Make money, right, off of making people feel bad.
Yep, that's right. This antisocial, destructive, obnoxious behavior, and it should get banned. You're going out in public and you're harassing people on a regular basis. Why is this even on the platform? Really? Why is this on the platform at all? It's crazy. Well, eventually, here's the reality, is that this will have an end, one way or another. And eventually they will fuck with the wrong person. By allowing something like this to be on the platform, you create a reward cycle that encourages more of the behavior to continue. That's what happens. And so this is a problem that will continue to get worse over time until it's recalibrated, until it's moderated. And eventually what's going to happen is that you are going to have somebody get shot on stream. It's going to happen. Somebody's going to get beat up on stream. And if it's the streamer, I can guarantee you nobody's going to care. And when that happens, it's completely on Twitch. I want to let y'all know that if you see somebody doing this stuff and then something really bad happens, it is totally Twitch's fault.
Now, hold on. It's not only Twitch. It's surprisingly some instances on YouTube, which I don't even know how that's flying under the algorithm. Yes, was that fear that you heard in my voice? Oh, yes. Yes, there is. Because you know that scene in a science fiction movie or in a horror movie, or like where there's like a giant monster in the bottom of the ocean and the person like sees it and like, oh yeah, there's a whole big tidal wave of monstrosities coming our way, and these nuisance streamers are going to add that extra little steroid boost to that monstrosity called censorship. They got to go. And these platforms that reward this idiotic foolishness behavior, yeah, it'll be on them. It's Twitch, YouTube, and Kick too, because we can't forget. Look, and I'm a huge fan of the Kick platform. I think there's a lot of opportunity there. I really like how the platform's designed. It's been very fair and honest to me. But look, there was that horrific incident that took place in France where a man died on his live stream after being harassed and bullied by his quote unquote friends. That happened. Are we in an episode of Black Mirror here? Now, I'm all for the exchange of ideas, political thoughts. I'm all for funny, stupid stuff here too. But when it comes down to the point of people being psychologically tortured, harassed, stalked, or anything else of that nature, or causing, dare I say it, an international incident, or making the USA look bad, or tourists look bad from the USA, looking at you Somali, looking at you Vitelli, it's a bad thing. And one day, someday, someone's gonna get hurt. You had an incident where you had one of these nuisance streamers go to the border of China and North Korea. Of all places you would want to screw around, why there? And I believe it was a few months ago, and I forget which streamer it was, who was doing some stupid stuff by the North and South Korean border, the DMZ. Of all the places in the world, why would you do something stupid there? Okay? I mean, listen, we're going to see it happen.
Completely their liability. 100% completely blame on them, because they know this is happening. They know this is a problem, and they continue to allow people to build a brand, to make money and fund themselves and attract an audience on their platform. Really care at all about like what happens to Twitch or like the rules on Twitch. And I think that it's a good thing that the website is dying. I really do, because the fact is that this website is full and it's moderated and run by people that are completely incompetent. They have no idea what they're doing.
Thank you for the correction, old man Barker. And I have to look up that article. I should have had that source there, but yeah, that has happened too. That has happened too. A lot of it has happened. And Twitch is, yes, a dying platform, but that's a story for another day. I'll drag Twitch to the ground some other day. Another day. Another one.
They've weaponized their platform in order to push an agenda that is really, promoting and allowing sexual assault and stealing things on stream. What are we even doing here? The website is a joke. It's an absolute joke. And I think that here's what's funny is that I think it's getting so bad now with Twitch's advertising. I think that probably Twitch isn't going to, the way that we have Twitch right now, in 5.
That's true. So he goes on to elaborate on what's happening with Twitch. Now they're a dying platform, and let's face it. On a personal note, I'm kind of loving it, but I'm petty here. I'm petty here. But I want to talk about the bigger picture because someone asked, "Will this be on the final exam?" Why nuisance streamers? The whole lot of it, the whole genre of it, be it here in the USA or overseas, why it has to be banned. It is setting a very dangerous precedent. Unfortunately, I would assume, but I guess I'm wrong. There isn't a lot of oversight, and this stuff is eaten up a lot, especially by young, impressionable minds here. And I'm not going to sit here and say, like, oh, won't someone please think of the children? But in this day and age where everyone's glued to their tablet, unfortunately, that tablet is in the faces of young people. All right. And while they might see some nuisance streamer acting stupid, thinking, ha ha, I could do that, they might run into the wrong person who's having a very, very, very bad day. All right. And as many of you have pointed out, there have been videos of streamers dying, or is it at self-deletion, or being regulated themselves. But things have been intensifying, and I've been noticing it's been getting worse and worse and worse. So thank you for the correction for my live stream audience. Asmongold's not wrong. He's not wrong, but I'm in full agreement here that the whole genre, if you are a nuisance streamer, be you on X, YouTube, Kick, or Twitch, you gotta go. They gotta be deplatformed. It's gotta be done. And I say this because I'm all for free speech, but I'm worried about what's coming down in 2026 and what's going to be happening as we go up into the next election cycle for 2028. I have been sharing my concerns because what we saw in 2025 this year is a massive wave of censorship, suppression, people losing viewers, subscribers, and the nuisance streamers will be used as a scapegoat perfectly as the implementation for AI programs to go after everyone in different types of genres, be it independent media or anybody else in between. The nuisance streamer genre, those people, and I'm going to say it, those people need to go. They got to go. They're a problem. Report, call them out. They will be a problem for the internet space as a whole, for everyone. And I do mean 99.9 infinitum for everyone in this community. I find the behaviors of what Johnny Somali did in South Korea, Vitaly, and everybody else causing problems, be it overseas or in the USA, to be a severe issue. It's not, it's inappropriate. And, you know, I got to bring this out of me. It's just, it's got to go. It has to go because I'm worried about the bigger thing down the road, the bigger monster, and that is online censorship. And I'll be damned if I don't sit here and use this platform to say these nuisance streamers have to go before all of us get hit with more censorship, more rules. But I fear it's already happening. So if I'm, you know, if I'm being too overly preachy, it's because I saw that little blip on the radar of the censorship monster. Bloop. Getting closer to the boat. Our boats. And I don't like it. Nuisance streamers got to go. No, Schlager. No. They're not going to the subway. That's too good for them. They got to go ahead and meet White Gladys at the bottom of the ocean for a nice, cool swim. All right. Definitely. Loving you guys. Oh, Mousef, you got your handle back. All right, good. Let's see. Those nuisance streamers are essentially just conditioning your kids to be psychopaths. Well, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. And by the way, Lady Alex, dance off, pants off to you. You're on your retirement, baby. As you should be. We love you. I love you. Let's see. Oh, Kit just forgot to mention that Barnes and BW, as fellow Republicans, brave enough to brave the HLM chat. Jacqueline, here's the thing. I welcome everybody. Just be respectful. That's all I care. Just everyone. I'm going to quote Melania Trump. Be best. I'm going to do one better. Be nice. There you go. Love you guys. Love you. See, that's why I love the audience, okay? I cultivated a beautiful audience, and I love every single minute of it. But now let's go ahead and talk about something else. Netflix has just bought Warner Brothers. Big sale. Larry Ellison and his company Paramount are very sad now They're sad. So let's talk about what this means now that Netflix owns Warner Brothers. Well, they got themselves a whole hodgepodge of some very interesting things like HBO, CNN, CBS, Showtime, TBS, Comedy Central, TNT. Let's see, they got Nickelodeon. Let's see what else they got there. They got Science Channel, the CW Network, Travel Channel, BET, MTV. Remember that? Remember MTV, VH1, all that good jazz. So let's talk about it. This. Hey, folks, we live in a day and age where everything's going to be owned very soon by one major corporation. So bend on over, spread them cheeks, because them corporations are going to be owning everything. Up the Wazoo is going to be your favorite production to be part of. Up the Wazoo is my favorite production. So what's going on here? Let's talk about it. It's official. Netflix to acquire Warner Brothers in deal valued at a whopping $82.7 billion. Wow. Everything owned by one thing or one entity. So Netflix, run by co-CEOs Ted Sardinos and Greg Peters, has agreed to buy Warner Brothers in a mega deal. Huge mega deal. So huge it'll slap you in the face and be like, what's that big stamp on my cheek? Valued at $82.7 billion. Under an effort nicknamed Project Noble. That's a terrible name. Terrible name. The streaming giant's leadership secured $59 billion in financing from a consortium of banks to assemble the deal. A huge deal. Netflix says the buy would give users more choice and let it optimize its plans. It will also expand its studio operations while creating better value for talent and shareholders, with $2 billion, $3 billion in annual cost savings. The deal proposed has a breakup fee of $5.8 billion, meaning that if the acquisition is scuttled in any way, Netflix still has to pay Warner Brothers Discovery those billions. Oh God. Oh God, I'll never see that kind of money in any of my lifetimes or my previous lifetimes. But that's a huge deal. So what was revealed early Friday, altering the course of the entertainment business, Netflix said that it expects to maintain current operations of Warner Bros., including theatrical releases of films. So there you go. So we're still going to get that DC expanded universe, baby. Those specifics aside from top-line deal numbers remain scarce, and that could be the focus of opposition from the acquisition as it dust settles from the announcement. So, like how we talked about or how you were informed about in the 90s, early 2000s, and 2010s, how 5 major corporations control all the media. That 5 will become 1. Uno. And you know something? Here's the thing. You'll be forced to eat the slop, and you will say,
Amazing. 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 Amazing.
amazing indeed, and just how much is going to happen. So the Warner Brothers Discovery shareholders are going to receive $23.25 in cash and $4.50 in shares of Netflix common stock for each share of the Warner Brothers Discovery common stock, with the linear network businesses including CNN, TNT, HDTV, and Discovery Plus still set to be spun out. The move now is expected in the third quarter of 2026. So if you're on Netflix, hey, Netflix and chill. All your programs are there. Just shut up and consume product. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of cool shows on Netflix that I like to watch, but it's just everything owned by one. Soon. It will happen soon. Who will win the big war? Just like in Demolition Man. Who will win the fast food wars? Obviously, it will be Taco Bell. And listen, when you go to Taco Bell, you better dress up fancy, cat fancy. Continue on. This is a quote from the Netflix from one of the Netflix CEOs. I know some of you are surprised that we're making this acquisition, and I certainly understand why. Over the years, we've been told to be builders, not buyers. We already have incredible shows and movies and a great business model, and it's working for talent. It's working for our consumers, and it's working for shareholders. But this is a rare opportunity. It's going to help us achieve our mission to entertain the world and to bring people together through great stories. It's all about money. It's all about control. We built a great business, and to do that, we've had to be bold and continue to evolve. Remember, we started off as a DVD by mail company. Remember those simple days? That DVD by mail company is what killed Blockbuster. And Blockbuster, whoever that moron was who says, nah, We don't need to embrace you, Netflix. I hope you're kicking yourself in the balls every day. Stupid a freaking moron. You got to be on your hat. Quoting my inner Furio. Yes, remember when we started off as a DVD by mail company? Then we moved to streaming, to producing original content, live programming, from US-centric business to a global business. In a world where people have so many choices, more choices than ever, how to spend their time, we can't stand still. We need to keep innovating and interesting and investing in stories that matter most to audience. And that's what this deal is all about. The Netflix. Give me season 4 of Warrior. I love that show. I was sad that it was only 3 seasons. I'm very, very sad. Very sad. Sad. Very sad. This acquisition will improve our offering and accelerate our business for decades to come, said Greg Peters, who's also the co-CEO of Netflix. Warner Brothers helped define entertainment for more than a century and continues to do so with phenomenal creative executives and production capabilities. With our global reach and proven business model, we can introduce a broader audience to worlds they create, giving our members more options, attracting more fans to our best-in-class streaming service, strengthening the entire entertainment industry, and creating more value for shareholders. This is going to be a big gut check for Hollywood, because here's the thing about the streaming wars. I think Netflix is going to be the Taco Bell in the Demolition Man universe. So they won bigly. Paramount's crying now. In the world of large corporations, do I care? No. But in the realm of entertainment and social media and content creation, oh yeah, we need to keep an eye on this, because what happens and how our story is going to be shared, what's the narrative, what's going to be allowed to be produced. See, Hollywood right now, the old school studios, like, they're deep in the red, severely in the red. The only way to survive now is on streaming. The only way to survive is to stream, and stream freely. Let the stream flow, but don't let the streams connect. Ghostbusters reference. Netflix buying Warner Brothers and then also controlling all the other assets with it. That means that they have a control in the game. It's a deal. It's a deal. And soon one will control all. It's like a game of politics. It's like a Game of Thrones. We've seen this before. Now, many of you could say, well, this is like a monopoly. Well, yeah, it is. But what do you want Washington, D.C. to do about it? For those who are expecting some politician to step up and say, hey, don't do this, they might raise up a stink, but it'll die down. Everyone can be bribed off. Everyone wants to make their chest seem big and strong, and oh my goodness, we got to stop this. Nope. It won't. And there's also going to be an extinction event for mainstream Hollywood, the traditional Hollywood. By this act alone, within the next 4 years, possibly, not only is Hollywood, the traditional studio set's going to shrink down. I'm kind of on a little bit on the fence in this, but I could see the horizon where the big Netflix is the new rising sun. So, I guess, hey, share with me your Netflix password. There might be some cool shows I want to watch as we enter the day and age where one controls everything. Congress isn't going to stop this. Don't expect them to do that. But Netflix has won the war, or it looks like it's winning the war. They're Taco Bell, and I'll see you at Taco Bell. There you go. What's going on here with my audience? How are you people? How is everyone? Good morning. Break my little heart, Hollywood. George Carlin said this a long ago. Well, George Carlin was a prophet of our time. There you go. Lady Alex, ooh la la. One problem, you still get commercials. Hey, Amazon, F you, canceled subscriptions. What? Amazon? They did that. Oh. God, you depress me, Kit, but you're right. Listen, bad cookies. I love you. How's that sound? We got 150 people watching. Could we get 150 likes, please? When you hit the like button, it boosts up the algorithm and rhyme. That would be ever so nice if you did that. Pretty please. There's a cherry on top. My Rumble people, good to see you. The Jack Acid, good to see you. Let's see. The Jack Acid says Nuisance streaming used to be called Candid Camera back in the old days. The Jack Acid, Candid Camera did sort of have. Hold on, I'm be generous here with this. Did have a little bit of more class, but yeah, you're not wrong. Let's see. Unfortunately, I have some Warner Brothers Discovery stock unintentionally from a takeover of another company I had shares in. Well, the jackass said, I hope you're able to, I don't know, win off and win bigly, with your shares in the stock and live comfortably. I hope you can have that privilege, man. I hope you can have that privilege. But now let's move on to our next segment of the day. Let's go. And I think I'm going to treat this as, I guess, breaking. Well, it's not really breaking, but let's go ahead and talk about this. So yesterday, I posted a clip of Candace Owens acknowledging and accepting to go to Turning Point USA's debate. Due Dissidents also did a live stream about it, and I believe Jimmy Dore also did some commentary on it as well. And this has to deal with Turning Point USA's challenge to discuss Charlie Kirk's assassination. It still resonates to this day, unfortunately, and it's, to me, in my opinion alone, I think the assassination of Charlie Kirk has set a dangerous precedent and a dangerous environment in which we are seeing more online suppression and censorship. But it looks like now there's a twisty twist to the story. People look like they're backing out. So I want to pull this up here. So let me just read this little tweet on Easy Street. And no, I don't want Grok to help me discuss this post. What's wrong with you, Elon? Stop it. Restore Roger Meadows' X account. The live stream we announced on the show Wednesday has been set at 4 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. local time on Monday, December 15th. A collection of Charlie's friends will respond to statements made by Candace Owens to set the record straight once and for all prior to the opening of America Fest. We'll be live streaming from Charlie's Phoenix studio. Our offer from yesterday holds. If Candace wishes to join us in person in Phoenix, she is welcome to do so. She can let us know by the end of the day. With which somebody says, how effing weird to only accept her showing up in person at a specific time and location. Dog whistle the crazy much trying to bait them. Why not just do it virtually? Which I would have to say would seem like a reasonable thing. To which Candace Owens did respond to. No, Grok, I don't want you to explain posts to me. I can read for myself. First sign of madness, yelling at AI. Kind of weird how you didn't email or call me to ask about times or availability and choose instead to tweet this confirmation out at midnight. Why am I learning about this on X? Which I would have to say, hey, when Hardlens Media reaches out to its guests, even across the political spectrum, from our libertarian guests to our conservative guests, progressive guests, I try and at least do so at a reasonable time, not at midnight, nor do I post it on social media till I get a full confirmation of having a guest or special guest co-host on Hardlens Media. So December 15th does not work in person, and 2 p.m. Pacific time is also literal time I do my podcast live every day, which but we will happily cancel the daily podcast. Will you guys virtually and we'll join you guys virtually instead for the live stream on the 15th if that works on your end. Let's lock it in. And there we go. We'll also add excuse me. Oh boy. Excuse me. We'll also add that I'm happy to jump on Charlie's show any day before then virtually as well. I was serious when I said we could do it today even. Virtually, I can make it even happen pretty much any day because it's easier to move things around with the kids and find someone to sub for my morning homeschooling. This is somebody says this is in cowardice, says Graham Ellen. And in person is never going to happen. No, Graham, cowardice is you cashing checks from PragerU to go after me while pretending this is organic. Influencers taking money to attack people is cowardice. Oof. So there seems to be a little bit of a twisty twist. So Candace Owens says it's strange and unnecessary that Turning Point USA invited her for an in-person debate just hours after she told them they could pick a place and time. Well, you got to at least, run it by your guests. So let me go ahead and play this video.
So Turning Point issued an ultimatum, I don't know, an invitation, gave me 20.
What's going on here, Internet? Interesting. That was very weird. Media's choosing not to play. Okay. Here we go. My apologies. Still choosing not to play. Fantastic. Fantastic indeed. Well, it's okay. We can easily switch things around because Tim Pool also wanted to add in some stuff to it. Hopefully this video will play.
28, and it's because she's a piece of shit. Because instead of saying, guys, let's come together and figure out how to work together, she says the stupidest retarded crap. And now everybody's running around divided and broken. For what reason? For literally what reason?
Because they killed Charlie Kirk in broad daylight, and we don't care about your stupid midterms. We just don't care. Like, they really, this is how they view Charlie Kirk. That's why I say, was anything in his life real? Tim Pool is going off right now because he's like, it's not the time. You guys need to be mules. You need to keep voting in the very corrupt people that are lying to your faces right now about what happened to Charlie Kirk. It is not the time because it is your job to get people into office. This is what I mean when I suggest that nothing in Charlie Kirk's life was real. So he really thinks he's doing something there. And actually what he's doing is proving my point. These people just saw Charlie as a means to an end, okay? As a political horse that they could ride. And so for whatever reason, they got tired riding him. And now they're angry because they also were going to whip the horse, the ghost of Charlie Kirk, and say, we still need you to shore up votes. And it is inconvenient that people who actually cared about Charlie and saw him as a, I don't know, human being, want to know why he was publicly executed in front of us and why we're being lied.
Huh. Oh, what's going on X? I hope you guys can still see the video 5x5, and hopefully there's no throttling going on. Throttle in deep, why don't you? But let's go ahead. And my internet's going off and on again. By the way, give me a thumbs up in the live stream chat if you do see me loud and clear. Shouldn't be my internet because everything should be working just fine. If I can get a 5x5, that'd be great. Let me just get a 5x5x5. But yes, that was very fascinating to see for 2 videos. And also, the other videos that I had lined up for Charlie Kirk are now also doing the same thing too. So sometimes when you don't see me pausing, I'm kind of looking behind the scenes like, what's going on here? It's almost as if something suspicious is going on. But nonetheless, let's talk about show running 101. Obviously, Candace Owens, she accepted their debate, pick a time and place, but give an email, like send out an email like, okay, Candace, we're going to meet you here at this point in time. Will that work? Will that work for you? Just don't post on social media. Unless there's an email that Turning Point USA did send, they can say like, hey, we sent her a text message. Hey, we sent her an email. So be it. And why is this going on? Because there's a lot of concern. There's a lot of red flags about what happened to Charlie Kirk. There's a lot of fallout from it. The biggest one I have to say is that I am very fearful of the online censorship and suppression that is coming our way. The media suppression, the silence of dissenting voices. What happened to Charlie Kirk was wrong and it was completely incorrect. And where was the security? There should have been more tighter security. Should have been, could have been. But the fact, hold on, I think we got the video now working again. Hopefully it will be. We go and play the rest of it. My apologies to this. Let's go play it.
For wanting to figure out who murdered her friend. Don't you guys get it? Like, we're just an algorithm. Why do you care so much about humans? Like, why are you a human? Like, if somebody in your family dies, you need to focus on midterms. Okay? That is the point of a Tim Pool show. It doesn't matter what you are going through at home. I want you guys to hear this, okay? I don't care if you have family members that are dying, family members who have died, if you have children that you care about and you maybe don't want to live in a world that's run by pedophiles. You need to put that all aside and vote for whoever the hell Tim Pool tells you to vote for. I just want to platform that idea. I think obviously there's something wrong with me and Tim Pool's got it figured out. His soul seems like it's really intact and it's not for sale at all. Anyways, we'll take a quick break.
So yes, people don't like the narrative being changed and controlled. It's all about control and clicks at this point. But perhaps there's still time to negotiate perhaps a live stream. I mean, she could show up live. I don't know if I would go in person in this day and age where there seems to be a lot of unhinged people out there in the realm of social media. But there's also another factor to put in here, and that is when you look at what's going to be lying in store for us for 2026, every side, Team Red and Team Blue, are getting their talking points, their bullet points, their projections, their perspectives, all in the ready. Because this midterm election cycle is going to be, well, a mini showdown for what happened in 2024. Democrats want their revenge. Republicans want to control the narrative. It's all the same game we've seen before. Who's going to control the House and Senate? So, folks, it's going to come down to the breakdown of who do you want to be your abuser in the House and Senate? Team Blue or Team Red? Who do you want to control the House and Senate? Team Blue or Team Red? And everyone's going to be used, from the ghost of Charlie Kirk to Democrats' crying points, everything. All the while, let's look at the real issue. Millions of people being laid off. There's online suppression and censorship taking place, and it's going to intensify in 2026. And if you think I'm lying, hey, look at what's been going on this year alone. What's been happening to a lot of content creators, even those not involved in independent media. The assassination of Charlie Kirk definitely played a significant role of how people have to be careful with the algorithm, what's going to be allowed to be posted, what can be allowed to be talked about. So I don't know. Maybe you'll see us around here. I do hope that Candace Owens and Turning Point USA will have that conversation because, number one, let's be clear here. That's content gold. But as an alternative, there has been discussion where Candace Owens has offered to do a simultaneous live stream on the 15th, if there isn't a date that's going to set where she could show up on the program to counter what is being said. So we will see. We will see. We will see indeed. But it's content gold. It should happen. A conversation. And maybe finally put it to bed. Put it to rest. That being said, good to see you guys. Hit the like button one more time. Taxi Graveyard, let's see, hold on. Taxi Graveyard Music and Warehouse 5. First of all, shout out to Warehouse 5 and huge shout out to Cortex Creations. Now, on Discord, I posted one of his videos that he did. He's done a lot of great artwork. Shout out to Cortex Creations on Instagram. Help them get to 2,000 followers on Instagram. Check out Cortex Creations' work. That's Cortex Creations' work. Make it happen. I want to give a huge shout out to him. He's been a good friend, great creator, artistically talented. There, I'm giving some praise to Cortex Creations. Why? Because he stood by Hard Lens Media, and we got nothing but love for him. So there you go. So, what up, y'all? What up, Kit? Yeah, how you doing? How you doing? Shout out to my X people. Shout out to my YouTube people. Shout out to my Rumble and Bumble people. Everybody. And by the way, please hit the like button. Oh, whoa! Oh, we got 107 likes. Great. Let's get where I have 176 people watching live. Hit the like button. You know what? Hey. Boom. Pants check. And you know something else? Just to own the libs and the nuisance streamers. Pop. Bam. There you go. To own the libs and to own the nuisance streamers. Step aside, everybody else. Step aside, everybody. Red Fox Punks, that's why I love you. That's why I love you. Owning the libs. Owning the libs and owning the nuisance streamers, as I should. Okay? As we should all the time, every time. But now we're going to be moving on to... Oh, geez. How do I even talk about this one? You know what? I'm going to save that story for later. We're going to move on to Luigi. Mamma mia, it's Luigi Mangione. All right, there's some more exchanges about what's happening with Luigi Mangione, and I think it's imperative right now that we do share something with all of you, okay? This is the 911 call that led to Luigi Mangione's arrest. This is the call that took place here. Now, I'm all for, listening to different sides and perspectives, but let's go ahead and play this and find out what's going on here. This is the call that led to Luigi Mangione's arrest in December of 2024.
Blair 911, what is the address of your emergency? It's not really an emergency. I'm a manager at Plank Road McDonald's out here on the Boulevard.
Okay.
And I have a customer here that some other customers were suspicious of, that he looked like the CEO shooter from New York.
Okay.
So they're just really upset, and they're like coming to me, and I was like, well, I can't approach him, you know.
No, of course not. All right, honey, what's your name?
All right, they're silencing a name for, I believe, for that.
Okay. Is this individual still there?
Yes, he's still in the back of our lobby by the bathroom.
Okay.
And I believe he's wearing, let me run back to my security camera. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm trying to sit out and do like individual calm days with my managers, and like 6 customers walked up to me, and I was like, okay guys, I was like, I can't really do anything. But he's wearing a black sweater jacket with a medical mask and a tan khaki colored like beanie.
Okay. You said a black jacket?
A tan beanie.
Okay.
And like the blue medical mask.
Okay.
All right. First of all, I want to give a shout out. La la la, cha cha cha. You got your old handle name back. Take that, YouTube. As any small win is a win. So you got your old handle name back. Fantastic. Gee, why don't those guys call 911 themselves? Well, you're hitting the nail on the head here. I was going to save that for the end. La la la, cha cha cha. That's why I love my audience. That's why I love my audience. You guys are like, wait a minute. Once I put my thinking cap on, because all what you got to do is, maybe grab your little soda and be like, oh, I see somebody suspicious. Well, I'm just going to mosey on to my car, I'm enjoying my little shake or whatever, and, make a phone call then from there. Maybe. Instead, you're having the manager do it. What?
This is the one that they thought that shot the police officer? Or shot the CEO? He shot the CEO. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. White male?
Yeah. Well, he has his beanie pulled down, so the only thing you can see is his eyebrows, because I tried to Google it to try to calm them down a little bit. And I'm like, guys, it's kind of hard to tell with his eyes and his eyebrows. I was like, I don't know what to do here, guys.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
And then I tried to call the non-emergency number and it just kept ringing. So I was like,
yeah, they don't always answer that. If they're on another line, they won't answer it. How about like height and weight and stuff? Is he taller?
Sitting down.
Okay.
So when I was trying to like look into it, he's kind of like mid-height. And my register lady, when I was like trying to be non-discreet about it, she's like frantic, and she's an older lady, and she's like, I just don't feel comfortable.
Oh my heavens!
I was like, I
hope she's wrong, but it does happen, sadly enough. All right. How about weight? Does he look like he's heavy, thin?
He's wearing a big, thick hoodie, so I did. So he kind of just looks like mid-weight.
Okay.
But like with the hoodie on, it makes him look heavier because it's obviously cold.
Okay. Does he have a vehicle description, honey?
I don't know.
Okay, that's okay.
I'm sitting in the opposite corner of my lobby trying to sit down with my managers to have like one-on-one time with them.
Yes.
And everybody's just like running up to me. And I'm like, okay.
You are listening to the 911 phone call that led to Luigi Mangione's arrest.
Yes. But it looks like he has either a CVS or a Walgreens bag in front of him.
I like how they're focused on business as usual. Like, hey, I'll make all the bagels. Hey, focus on business while you're doing 911. That's what I call good leadership right there.
Taking 4 bagels. One of them's no butter. Let's go.
All right, honey. I do have an officer on the way for you. Just keep an eye on him. If he leaves, just give us a call back and let us know, okay?
Alrighty, will do.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, there you go. That led to the arrest. That was the arrest. However, as it stands right now, and this has recently been landing on my doorstep, and I want to make sure I want to get full confirmation on this, but there was supposed to be a court hearing, but I want to confirm on this with another source before I go ahead and state this online. There was supposed to be a court hearing today, but as it stands right now, the hearing is now postponed. So what is the pretrial hearing? Right now, day 4 of Luigi Mangioni's pretrial hearing is postponed because he is sick, judge says. So a pretrial hearing on Luigi Mangioni's bid to exclude evidence from his state murder case was postponed Friday because the defendant is sick, his lawyers and the judge said. The hearing is slated to resume Monday. Mangione is seeking to exclude a gun, notebook, and other items police officers say they found in his backpack when he was arrested December 9th of 2024 in Pennsylvania, 5 days after the United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson was killed in Manhattan. He and his lawyers are also trying to suppress some statements he made to the police. Mangione pleaded not guilty to state and federal murder charges. The hearing, which started Monday and could extend to the end of the week, applies only to the state case. Apparently, the defendant is ill today. Judge Gregory Caro said, addressing the courtroom around the fourth day of testimony that was supposed to start. Yes, Mangione's lawyer stated the evidence is key to prosecute his case. They said they have a 9mm handgun found in the backpack, which matches the firearm used in the killing. That writings in a notebook laid out Mangione's disdain for health insurers and ideas about killing a CEO at an investor conference, and he gave police the same fake name that the alleged gunman used at a New York hostel days before the shooting. So Mangione is not well to face his pretrial hearing for Friday. Whether or not it gets rescheduled for next week will be seen, because this is the holiday season and the wheels of justice do move slow, especially during December. Trust me on it, folks. That's just how it is. People who are in the know.
Welcome back. Luigi Mangione was in court for a hearing
Now, this was yesterday for Thursday,
1 year to the day after the killing of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. Now, the hearing centers on what will be admissible when the murder trial of Mangione, who has pleaded not guilty to Thompson's killing, begins. Katrina Kaufman was in the courtroom where new evidence was shared about the arrest in that Pennsylvania McDonald's almost 1 year ago. Katrina, good morning. Great to see you here. What new evidence were you able to see or hear during the hearings this week?
Errol, we've been seeing and hearing a lot of evidence this week, a lot of body camera footage from the various police officers who were there. We've heard testimony from the 2 police officers who first came into that McDonald's and approached Luigi Mangione, but we're also seeing it from all of the different angles, because they really want to show moment by moment what happened that day to determine ultimately what this judge is going to allow in. But they've now released this 911 call that we heard on Monday. It was made by the manager of the McDonald's. She said a number of customers had been suspicious.
which I would have to say, on the one hand, let's say that some of these customers who chose not to call 911. Let's say, let's look at them, for example. They might have been afraid to get it wrong. So, people can easily get scared. We're all in that boat. And you want to go to a position of authority. And maybe some person just saw that McDonald's manager as someone of high authority, which, at least she was able to multitask. Whoever that manager is, I give her a 10 out of 10. She's able to run her McDonald's and call 911 and handle concerns from concerned customers. She should be running the McDonald's corporations.
Let's take a look.
That was a horrible freeze, by the way.
Listen.
What is the address of your emergency?
It's not really an emergency. I'm a manager at Plank Road McDonald's out here on the Boulevard.
Okay.
And I have a customer here that some other customers were suspicious of, that he looked like the CEO shooter from New York.
Okay.
So they're just really upset, and they're like coming to me, and I was like, well, I can't approach him, you know?
No, of course not. All right, honey, what's your name?
Errol, we've also been seeing all of the items that Luigi Mangione had on him that day. A wallet, thousands of dollars in currency, mostly US, but also some foreign currency, a jar of peanut butter, a piece of string. He had a pocket knife on him. He was wearing 3 layers of clothing, Errol. So piece by piece, we've been seeing all of this laid out in court.
And just in our last few seconds, what did we learn about his interactions with police in that fast food restaurant when this was all going down?
One significant thing is that we do see on more than one occasion him indicate that he doesn't want to talk to the police, but then they do engage in casual conversation with him. It takes about 20 minutes for them to read him his Miranda rights, and that's going to be important in terms of determining what statements will be allowed in. Errol, he also told them that he was homeless, he was from the DMV, and later when he was giving his contact information, he gave his mother as his emergency contact.
Fascinating. And you've been there all week watching this. We'll continue to watch it closely. Katrina, thanks so much.
Yes, we will see. But as it stands right now, that entire situation has been the case, or at least the pretrial hearing has been rescheduled. We will see what happens within the next few days for the next trial hearing. Again, every judge is busy with their docket. There's a lot of stuff to deal with, and there's more to follow. Whether or not Luigi Mangione's defense team will be successful in ensuring that some of this evidence can be thrown out, I mean, that's all we got to know first, whether or not they could succeed or not. Perhaps they are working on a new tactic. And I do have to say that Luigi Mangione, him being sick, especially at this very pivotal moment for today, is very questionable. I hope that there is a quick recovery and that he is able to be healthy enough to appear in court to handle concerns, which everyone, at least the whole world, will be focusing on this attention to this case, because there's been a lot of anger and rage towards the healthcare insurance industry. You know, people have shared their stories of bad days, and why everyone's paying attention to it is because, well, United Healthcare as an entity has had its confrontations with protesters and activists, each with their own story about how they've dealt with United Healthcare and how they have been left behind. Just another chapter in America, and how apropos that now we are in full circle. Luigi was arrested in early December, and now, a full year later, the pretrial hearing is happening. And I have to say, I'm actually surprised how fast we've gotten here and how quick this has happened. So we'll find out more. But currently that 911 call is being used as evidence, and we'll see if there's a bigger picture. We will see. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Go to the subway. You know, but here's the thing. Here's the thing, too. All right, because people, I'm seeing people in the chat talk about the people who went to 911 or who went to McDonald's managers and say, like, hey, you know, I think that's a guy there. Look, everyone's saying, hey, don't snitch, right? Don't snitch. Don't snitch. You never want to be a snitch. And trust me on it. I know from firsthand experience. I know from firsthand experience you don't want to be a snitch. Why? Because even before we end this year, there's one thing I've learned. Don't rat out. Don't rat out. Never rat out.
What are you doing here? Surprise? Why don't you come on out here? Let's talk for a minute.
Don't do it, Kit.
Of all places, you show up in front of my house? You know why I'm here. Need a name. Look, nobody tells me anything, so I can't give you a name. Well, what I do know is that we have you for gun charges. We've got you for drug charges. We've got you for RICO. So why don't you just go on ahead and give me a name, man? Sing, little canary, sing.
You want a name?
Don't do it, kid. Don't do it.
It's Trey.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Hey, yo. Kenny running his motherfucking mouth. Handle that, boy. Get on it now. This one goes out to all them.
No, I'm not a snitch. I'm not a snitch. Trust me on it. I remember when we filmed that scene there too. That was fun. That was fun to do. That was a fun scene. And I'm working on doing some more voice acting and some other fun stuff here too. We will see. All right. Here you go. No, you ratted out. Kid's gone Hollywood. Mr. Moto So. No, I have not gone Hollywood, but it's one of the many things I am doing as a side gig, voice acting and looking for different acting gigs here and there. Rat Fink Kit. No, I'm not the bad guy here. I'm not the bad guy here. Please. I'm not the bad guy here. I didn't do anything wrong. But now let's move on to our next segment of the day. So Jake Tapper broke the story about the arrest of a 30-year-old named Brian Cole Jr., who was involved in the January 6th pipe bomb case. He was described as a white man. CNN got it wrong because he wasn't a white guy. But let's go ahead and see how they did this. CNN, what?
Welcome to the lead. I'm Jake Tapper. After nearly 5 years of investigation, the FBI finally announced that they had arrested a suspect.
Oh, wow. What are you doing, CNN? Someone throttling the story? Well, great. Okay, so Jake Tapper. So Tapper made a cringeworthy gaffe while discussing the arrest of Cole, who was black, during his opening segment on the lead. His white man comment came at 5:01 p.m. around the time CNN was the first outlet to publish a photo of Cole's face that originated the suspect's mother's Instagram account. CNN's Jake Tapper mistakenly calling Brian Cole Jr. a white guy. CNN eating crow again. Cole's father is also black and once enlisted in the service of Ben Crump, an attorney best known for his racial discrimination cases. Viewers were stunned by Tapper's misrepresentation of the alleged pipe bomber. So there you go. You can't make this stuff up, said Benny Johnson on X. Jake is sharp as a tack. Nothing gets past him. Dude's elite. Another deadpan. It's impossible that he does not know what he's doing, one user speculated. Conservatives influencer Nick Sorter accused CNN of pushing anti-white rhetoric. But I have to say this, though. This whole situation of what took place on January 6th, especially with the pipe bombing, I mean, my goodness. It's as almost as though we're being sheep herded into more surveillance, more censorship, getting things wrong. And how often does corporate media get things wrong? There's so many things about this entire case, which leads to a lot of red flags here. But first of all, CNN, how can you even get the name wrong and the graphics and do you at least talk to your team before you go live? Do you at least make sure you dot your I's and cross your T's before you say anything? I mean, my goodness. Jake Platter's never said anything wrong. Book incoming. Oh, let's not talk about any more books, please. Let's not talk about any more books. And of course, CNN. No. Oh no, I agree. I agree indeed. But this is just another example of how corporate media, they constantly get things wrong. As an entity, as an entire institution, corporate media is designed as constant, super fast work. But you get it wrong all the time. How could you get the picture wrong and the name wrong and everything else in between? How could you do that? Unless, you're purposely just wanting to screw up on purpose. Or either that, you just don't care, or you're not talking to your team. Here, we have another video here. Thankfully, it's not on X because X right now is acting very weird. I don't know why, but let's play it. Sorry about that.
Years of investigation, the FBI finally announced that they had arrested a suspect.
By the way, shout out to my little birds who always give me the great content. Because when a video's not working, I at least have a dedicated following here Shout out to the audience. You guys are great. Never stop.
Suspect accused of planting pipe bombs near the Republican and Democratic National Committee headquarters the night before the January 6, 2021 Capitol attack. Brian Cole Jr., a 30-year-old white man from the D.C. suburbs, is charged with transporting an explosive device in interstate commerce and with malicious destruction by means of explosion. CNN observed local and federal law enforcement outside his home.
Mm-hmm. Again, the guy's not Caucasian. I think we can at least get that settled there. New York Post, can you, or not New York Post? Sorry. So first of all, we got that video from the New York Post. Original video that we were playing was from on X. X seems to be having some problems, but the bigger picture is CNN, Jake Tapper. Can you just double check before you go live, before you say anything else? I mean, you can't make this up. It's not the first time corporate media or any establishment media outlet gets something wrong. It won't be the first time, nor will it be the last, but it's just a bigger picture of just how the whole game is played. The whole game is played in regards towards how our media is consumed. It's almost as if there's no accountability left. Where are the fact checkers at? Where are the people that double check before anything goes live? I mean, you do have time. I know the news feed is 24/7, but in a day and age where 1 second can lead to misinformation, and that misinformation can inform millions of people, no wonder everyone's in the dark, and no wonder no one trusts the media. Ah, well, the ramblings of a madman. The ramblings of a madman. But let's move on. Let's go ahead. Let's get started now for our next segment of the day, because we're moving fast. We're moving fast, but we're moving good. We're moving smooth. Good to have everybody here. First of all, I want to acknowledge something. We did get a super chat here. Shout out to Marvin Vargas, $1.99. Do you think new stream tool for Puppet Masters? Are you talking about Netflix? Well, I mean, what more can you expect? By the way, hold on. Nocturnal Human tipped $1. I never leave home without my jar of peanut butter. You never should. You need that jar of peanut butter, says Nocturnal Human, with our Rumble rant of the day. Also, shout out to the people watching us here on Kick. Where are we at? Oh, my goodness. Okay. First of all, we are in fourth place. Somebody, wow, who is actually defeating us? These are 3 people I don't know. Okay, well, looks like we got to up our news game on Kick. We'll have to do that. We're fourth place. Praise be to Abachan. Praise be to Abachan indeed. Also want to give an acknowledgement here because Cortex Creations just shared something here, and I want to make sure that we give acknowledgement because I love my viewers to succeed, and Cortex Creations has done a lot of good stuff here. So first of all, free little promo for one viewer in particular who I have absolute respect for and has taken time out of his day to show love to Hard Lens Media. So let me just go ahead and pull this up here. Shout out to Cortex Creations. Cortex Creations, this is their website. Welcome to Cortex Creations LLC. Like to do lamp. Oh, look at this. Lamp design and everything else. Look at all this. Look at this. Look at this. See? Look at all this good stuff here. Cortex Creations. Check them out. That's Cortex Creations. And they posted their link in Discord. So please check them out. Give them some love. Cortex Creations. Contact. There you go. Look. Contact. Check them out. Support them. And give them love. Because Cortex Creations has been giving nothing but love to Hard Lens Media. As you should. Okay? I support my independent artists out there. Okay? Tyler Perry will get Oprah after. Hold on. Almond peanut butter or peanut butter, says Lady Alex. Yes, it's probably Indonesian press or Malaysian news. Ecuadorian TV. I'm not seeing Ecuadorian TV. Ecuadorian TV is not defeating us as of late. So that's what's happening right now. So shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody. But now we move on to our next segment of the day. We roll, we move. We roll, we move. So here we go. Let's get to it. Let's get started now with our next segment of the day. We roll, we go. So yesterday, while this is a little bit of some old news, but I think it's 2 days ago, there was some news. And I'm wondering now, Interesting. So before I play the video, there's a good chance it could get throttled and hit. And if it does, I'll be upset about it. But I want to play it. So Helen Thomas, and it's not going to play. It's not playing. Why won't it play? Okay. Let's talk about it, though. Helen Thomas, from 1920 to 2013, she covered 10 U.S. presidents from Kennedy to Barack Obama, was the first woman to break into several senior White House reporting roles, including the first female officer of the White House Correspondents Association. Her career came to an abrupt end in May 2010 after a rabbi with a video camera asked her about Israel outside the White House. Thomas said Israelis should get out of Palestine and go home. And places like Poland, Germania, the USA. The clip spread instantly, and the backlash was swift as well. The White House Correspondents Association condemned her. Her speaking agency dropped her. Hearst forced her into retirement within days. Major outlets that once relied on her reporting blackballed her. She spent half a century grilling presidents, but her criticism of Israel ended her career. So let's go ahead and pull this up here. Maybe we can play it. Here she is being grilled and interrogated by Joy.
Every day.
And you pay the price.
You pay the price. Okay. And you.
What happened here? Why did the video go as it said we can't reload? Is there no reloading? I wonder why. Video won't play. I don't know if anyone else is having any problems with X, but maybe there's an issue on X. But the latest of the video is, so Joy Bear from The View was grilling her, yelling at her. And let's be clear what's happening in Gaza. It is an absolute nightmare what's happening in Gaza. It's insanity in Gaza. It's abuse in Gaza. And men, women, children starving. Areas being constantly bombarded. I mean, it's an absolute terror. It's an absolute fear fest. It's a nightmare, the likes of which none of us have ever seen before. And in real time. But in a country in which the First Amendment, free speech, is fundamentally important, you need to have a media to be critical, not only of presidents and politicians and business leaders here, but overseas as well. And when Helen Thomas lost everything after that video, I mean, she has a right to be critical. She should not have lost her entire career because of that one statement, but that's what happens now. So when I say you got to be careful out there, keep your head on a swivel and beware of the wave of censorship that is coming our way. Oh, I do mean it. It's coming our way, and you have to be careful. And don't make an example out of anybody. Good point. Absolutely. X is not going to give it to you. And what did you do? Did you piss off X? That's a very good question, because the video's not working. The video's not working, but maybe it will work now. Oh, I think I got it to work.
Like those Israel remarks that you made, and I want people to see what it is we're talking about. So let's watch.
Any comments on Israel? We're asking everybody today. Any comments
Tell them
on
to
Israel?
get the hell out of Palestine.
Ooh. Any better comments?
Remember, these people are occupied, and it's their land. It's not German, it's not Poland.
So where should they go? What should they do?
They go home.
Where's the home?
Poland.
So the Jews,
Germany.
You think Jews go back to Poland and Germany?
And America and everywhere else.
So when you look at that, when I watched that and when I saw it in the first place, I thought to myself that is an insensitive remark. That Poland and Germany are the exact places that the Jews were put into concentration camps. And that at the very, very least...
We fought World War II. I had two brothers, many relatives.
Right.
There hasn't been the persecution since World War II. You don't take other people's land.
But but you see the insensitivity of the remark that...
No, I didn't realize it would ring that many bells because they've been free ever since.
I know, but Germany and Poland, you didn't pick, Alaska. You picked Germany and Poland.
I should have said Russia too.
Well, Russia had its share of anti-Semitic pogroms also, but
They also had 25 million who died in World War II.
That's true. But I'm trying to...
More than that.
Yeah, so, I mean, Germany, Poland, Dachau, Auschwitz, we're talking
and
about...
the United States.
Mm-hmm. And the United States what?
I said he said, where should they go?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they didn't have to go anywhere, really, because they weren't being persecuted anymore, but they were taking other people's land.
You're talking about the Israelis?
Of course.
Uh-huh. Do you consider yourself anti-Semitic?
Hell no.
You do not?
I'm a Semite.
You're a Semite yourself?
Of Arab background.
Well, I know you're Lebanese background, right? But you're not Jewish.
Well, what does that mean?
Well, no, you say I'm just trying to clarify.
They're not Semites. I mean, most of them are from Europe.
Mm-hmm. The Jews?
Yes.
Well, okay, but I'm trying to see, if you had a chance to redo the comment, what would you say now?
Why do they have to go anywhere? They're not being persecuted anywhere.
The Israelis?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Why do they have to go anywhere?
The Jews.
Well, the question was, any comments on Israel? That's what the question was. And you said, tell them to get the hell out of Palestine.
Right.
And then the rabbi who was interviewing you said, any better comments? And you said, remember, these people are occupied and it's their land, not Germany's, not Poland. So where should they go? He said, what should they do? And you said,
why
go
do they
home.
have to go anywhere? They aren't being persecuted. They don't have the right to take other people's land. Under international law, occupied land should not be annexed.
But then maybe you should have said, I'm not putting words in your mouth, but maybe you should have said, well, the Israelis should stay in Israel. But you said they should go back to Poland and Germany. That's what got you in trouble, Helen.
He said, where should they go?
Yeah.
Well, maybe it did get me in trouble. Everything is distorted, but I don't care,
You don't care at this point.
No, hell no.
Okay. All right. Well, you got a lot of criticism for it. How did you deal with all of that criticism?
We have organized lobbyists in favor of Israel. You can't open your mouth. I can call the president of the United States anything in the book. But if you say one thing about Israel and you're off limits.
Well, that's what happened to you. I mean, the Society of Professional Journalists retired the Helen Thomas Lifetime Achievement Award.
Mm-hmm.
They said no individual worthy of such honor should have to face this controversy. No honoree should have to decide if the possible backlash is worth being recognized for his or her contribution to journalism. Are you offended by that?
By what?
The fact that they will not give this award to anybody in your name?
Well, I mean, that's their decision, but I think it's stupid. It has nothing to do with my views about Israel.
Mm-hmm.
My achievements in journalism are a little separate.
Mm-hmm. So you have no regrets about what you said, even though
I have regrets that everybody's misinterpreted it and distorted it. And you have the Ari Fleischer and Abe Foxman distorting everything. So I certainly knew that, and I should have kept my mouth shut, probably.
But you still don't feel that it was insensitive in any way?
No.
No.
I'm sensitive about the Palestinians being pushed around, knocked on the door at 3 o'clock in the morning. Get out of this house in 24 hours. 3 generations in refugee camps.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Pushed from their homes.
I see. But you see the other side of it. The other side of it is that the Jews are sensitive because of the history that they have.
Well, everybody's sensitive when they're being pushed out of their homes.
Well, but the 20th century was particularly cruel to the Jewish population.
Yes, it was.
In Europe, in Germany.
My family went through World War II. We were very sensitive. All of us were there. Every American was there.
But did your family go to a concentration camp?
No.
No. Well, that's the difference. That's the point.
The difference is that count how many thousands of Palestinians are in jail now, thrown from their homes. 1 million refugees.
Mm-hmm.
Is that sensitive?
Everybody's got sensitivity points here.
Yeah. I didn't want to pause. Wanted to play its full entirety. Look, we don't have a lot of journalists or people like that out there now. All right. And I think with all the imagery that we've seen since October of 2023 and now up until 2025, oh my goodness. It's almost 2 full years of endless fighting, bloodshed, terror, starvation, execution, harassment, abuse. and every other terror in between that I cannot say because the algorithm and rhyme. But it's enough for us to say, like, look, this has got to stop. Everything that we've witnessed since October of 2023, all it has done is laid the foundation to the next war, the next terror. What have we seen throughout this year? What? Intensification of conflict between Lebanon, Syria, Iran, which was Israel. We're seeing more displacement in the West Bank. I mean, my goodness, at this point, how many times is Gaza going to get bombed? What's left there? Who is left there? Are there any families left there? We're entering into the holiday season, and yet there's war and terror in the Holy Land. I will give this statement here, this final one. Criticism is necessary in this media space, be it constructive or, yes, downright foolish. I'm always going to believe in the First Amendment, but the quick knee-jerk reaction to what happened to Helen was incorrect. It wasn't necessary, and it wasn't needed. And that video was from 12 years ago, and has anything really changed? And the answer is no, it hasn't. I'll say something so brave and bold, and that is, it's gotten worse. Criticism, opinions, perspectives. I hope for a better 2026 where free speech is respected. But then again, knowing that video is 12 years old and what I know now, I have a sinking pit in my stomach. That's only gotten worse. But what are your thoughts? Share them in the comment section below. Share them below. All right, good to have everybody here. Good to have everybody here. Look, Gators in the chat. Gators in the chat. Gators in the chat. Gators in the chat. There you go. Wendy Carballo in the chat. Wendy, did you get your name back? Yes, Wendy got her name back. Eno Shadow Walker. Tell people how to get their names back. Tell people how to do that. There you go. Rich says, hope is for the fools, action is for the wise. Oh, I love that. I love it. I love it a lot. Do you love it a lot? Oh, absolutely. I do love that a lot. That has earned my love, as it should for all of you. And now, folks, one more thing. One more thing. Let me make sure I get this right. Do you want a funny story or a stupid story? Hold on. Hold on. I'm going to have democracy in the chat. We're going to have engagement. It's a one way to make sure, one, people are liking the video, because we got 181 people watching us live. Where are my Gators? First of all, love my Gators. We got 181 people watching the chat. I'm going to give you guys a chance to choose the final story to choose from. Taking a dump at work, or Elon versus Nick Fuentes. Dump, Elon versus Nick. So hold on. We're gonna do this right now. Starting a poll right now. We're starting a poll. Not a stripper poll. We're starting a poll here. Come on. Come on, load up. Don't you screw this. Come on, YouTube. YouTube? Where's the chat at? Where's my chat at? Is it showing at all? No. Come on. Is it showing? Or do I have to take the executive order? It's not showing? What? Let me try again. Nothing. Hold on. Okay, fine. We're going to do the numbers chat. All right, type 1 for taking a dump, or type 2 for Elon versus Nick. Type 1 or 2. 1 for taking a dump at work. There you go. We do it live. We're doing it live. We're doing it live. Let me go and see what who's gonna have the win here. Okay, hold on. You only can vote once, people. Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. Looks like we're getting a whole bunch of ones, especially. Okay, there you go. All right. Looks like we're winning. Looks like we're winning with the ones. With the Unos will win. For some reason, that wasn't happening. So first of all, I have an audience member I want to give a shout out. We haven't seen her in a while, but I want to give her a shout out because she's got nothing but love. So we're gonna do this. The dump episode. This is gonna be the morning dump. Literally a morning dump. A morning dump. So first of all, Laura or Lord Barbarian, Grox, do not explain post to me. Jesus Christ, old man yelling at cloud. She said, Harlan's Media, Kit, I think I need your we need your expertise on this one. Well, absolutely. So let's go ahead and talk about this. About doing a proper morning dump. How to make yourself poop regularly in the morning before going to work. You know what? We here at Hardlands Media say crap on company time. If the thought of answering nature's call in your office's communal bathroom makes you break out in a sweat, you're far from alone. No, never be ashamed. Never be ashamed. If you're making a dime, you got to crap on company time. Surveys show a third of employees are scared to poop on the job. No, absolutely not. I will not tolerate this. And nearly 1 in 5 refuse entirely, citing everything from privacy issues and embarrassment over smells to concerns about noise. No, listen, direct eye contact, take pride in the noise and the smell. Be like, yeah, that's me. When you walk in that John, you are establishing dominance. Write this down and say that you learned it from Hardlands Media. Do not be afraid. Don't be afraid. Fortunately, experts say there are a few simple steps you can take to drop a deuce before your morning commute, so you don't have to go while your coworker is sitting in the next stall. No, you challenge your coworker. You challenge your coworker. That's right. That's right. As a Marine, Marines, that's the way you spell success. Absolutely. Okay. All right. You challenge it. Hold on. Haha, that chick in the picture looks like she's about to book it. Or either that, she's like, I don't know if you guys played the game. Don't crap your pants. You got like 5 seconds or 10 seconds not to crap your pants. It's one of those old digital, or it's designed to look like one of those old pixel games. Don't crap your pants. Fortunately, here's what the experts say. Most people aren't lucky enough to have a bowel movement that comes on like clockwork, said gastroenterologist and founder of Unlocking GI, says Dr. Labis Padelia, told the Post. But there are a few key things that can set you up to having constant bowel movement regime. It all starts with your lifestyle. So you can make predictable poops. Okay, great. Let's talk about it. When all these habits are combined and leveraged to optimize your health, your body gets into a rhythm of things, including when you take a dump. So there you go. So first of all, number 1 says get more fiber. Easy to say with grocery prices so high. All right. To make your pooping schedule more predictable, the doc says that the first step is making sure you're getting enough fiber. Dietary fiber not only adds bulk, but it softens the stool for an easier exit. Well, we all want an easier exit, okay? Come on. But it also acts like a scrub brush for your colon. Okay, there you go. Clearing out the bacteria and other buildup along the way. Yet despite this, important study showed that 95% of American adults and children fall short of recommended daily intake. So eat your fiber. Number 2, hydrate. All right, thanks, doctor. So look, hydrate. Drink water. When I say drink water, not a cup of coffee. Well, doc, I do have my cup of coffee here too. Coffee can act as a laxative for some, but functioning as a powerful stimulant that can trigger bowel movements. However, the doc stressed that water is essential for preventing constipation, as it keeps the stool soft and easier to pass. Get moving. Physical activity. So there you go. Yoga, so you go. That doesn't mean you have to run a 5K or even lace up your sneakers, but a few yoga poses can help facilitate bowel movement. And if you're lucky, good bowel movement will follow. There you go. But here's what I have to say. Listen, hold on. Hardlands Media. Here's what Hardlands Media says. Don't be afraid to take a dump. Okay? The office, the workplace, the store that you work at, the gas station, the local public library, wherever you work at, whatever your job is, remember, you're a winner. And winning should come naturally to you because, one, you're a Hard Lens Media subscriber. And number two, you shouldn't be afraid of anything. Kit Cabello will say this: don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Wherever you're at, whatever your position is, you go ahead and stand tall. All right? Just like that episode of King of the Hill when Bobby was mistaken to be a high school student, right? And Bobby was going to escape because technically he was not a high school student. But what did Bobby Hill ran to a security guard. And that security guard said to him, listen, I know you're afraid, but you got to stand strong and stand tall like a gorilla standing up. Scared the crap out of me, but that's what you got to do. Like a gorilla, stand tall, walk proud, walk to that company office bathroom and make your noise and smell heard. And when you walk out and your coworkers look shocked, you look them in the eye and say, yeah, that was me. What about it? That was me. All me, all natural. Take it or leave it. Don't be afraid to crap on company time. And if anybody tells you that oh, you shouldn't do that, here's what you say.
And here's what I think about it.
That's right. That's right. You be a winner. Just like what Candace Owens says.
You were born a man and you will die a man. You were born a man and you will die a man. You were born a man and you will die a man. You were born a man and you will die a man.
Absolutely. Stand strong. Stand tall. That's right. Shite happens all the time. Drop a load daily. Now, hold on, Lady Alex. I actually... Oh, really? Well, let's see. Wow, look at this. Okay. And bad cookies. Johnny Somalia's method of cleaning out your colon. It's called Malaysian prison. Correct. Actually, bad cookies. He's in South Korea. Exit only. No pun intended. Nothing go up, right? And massage your lower abdomen. Then, you know what? Final words from Lady Alex, who is our residential nurse. We love her with all our hearts. Massage your lower abdomen. And guess what? Take good care of yourselves. And cha-cha-cha says, if you work out enough, you can benefit from that second poop when you stay late and work overtime. Over poop, as it should be. Okay? And the Jack Acid, absolutely. I have to poop now just thinking about it, as you should. As you should. As you should all the time, every time. So what do we learn from this? No fear. Now, if you are afraid, well then, hey, eat healthy, drink water. Guess what, guys? I'm no longer touching alcohol. It's been the best decision I've ever done. You know, it's no longer part of my daily intake. And guess what? I feel better. My skin feels better. And my overall perspective is feeling better. So let that be a lesson. No fear. No fear for you guys. That's Hard Lens Media's message for all of you. No fear. Crap on company time. Don't be afraid. And you look that coworker in the eye and say, yeah, I'm going in there to take my dump. I challenge you to challenge me. All right, folks. We had a lot of fun. A lot of singing, a lot of dancing, but we're at the end. I know. For some reason, I guess I made X angry with me, but you want to know what could make me happy? First of all, hitting the like button. And second of all, Hard Lens Media. Here's all of our links: YouTube, X, Rumble, Kick, Patreon, Substack, Discord, Instagram. Follow us on all of our social media platforms. It does keep us alive. You want to know what else helps us out? Patrons. Patron supporters at 10 a.m. tomorrow, Saturday morning, 10 a.m., you have a live stream show. Patron supporters, you get a Saturday morning show. So if you join us on Patreon, you get to hang out with me. We get to talk a little politics, talk a little news, give you guys some updates here and there, and have a lot of fun here as well. So there you go. I also want to give a shout out to Dana E. Cooper. You recently donated to our GoFundMe. I sent you a thank you letter. Thank you so much for your solidarity and support. As always, folks, this fight is still ongoing. This has been a legal, maddening nightmare that we are in. Any support and solidarity that you can give to our GoFundMe will keep us afloat and will help us stay strong in this nightmare that I hope to end very soon, sooner rather than later, because, what's coming down the road, we don't need any further distractions because, let's face it, folks, it's been a pain, and I'm very grateful for the loving community that's been supporting us. So if you want to help out our GoFundMe, you could find a link to our GoFundMe on our X account, YouTube account, Instagram, Facebook, Substack. All solidarity and support is greatly appreciated. So if you can, consider supporting and helping out and sharing our GoFundMe on different social media platforms. We're grateful for everybody, and all thank you letters has been sent out. But we got music by Jesse Jet. Jesse Jet, who's #1 in the hood in my book. And everyone else, before you do leave, hit the like button. It does boost up the algorithm and rhyme. And let me just go see this. Hey, oh, yo, we got 160 likes, past 150. Thank you, viewing audience members. Got love for you. Thank you. Sunday brunch also 10 a.m. Okay. So remember, Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays, 9 a.m. the show goes live. Saturday, 10 a.m. for patron supporters only, because you guys keep the show alive, and saying thank you is never enough. And then finally, Sunday brunch, 10 a.m. Hang out with Hardlens Media because you guys are beautiful. Nonetheless, I have to head on down the Fury Road. I have to do some work here as well. And again, just remember my words that I shared with all of you. Follow through and being consistent, relying on yourself, and getting the job done. I myself am doing a lot of great things and trying to do different jobs and different works here as well. You know, hey, we all got to get on by in this crazy world, even yours truly. Happy birthday to Old Man Barker. Thank you for making your day with us. So mandatory cake emojis for Old Man Barker. But now we got music by Jesse Jet. Jesse Jet, who's #1 in the hood. And Jesse Jet is one of those independent artists that I respect. Come on, you better load up. Why isn't it loading up now? What? Okay, hold on. Why is it not loading up? Okay. Huh. That was weird. All right. Well, we got music by Jesse. What's going on here? It's not letting me load up for Jesse Jet. Huh. That's fascinating. That's fascinating indeed. Okay. I think I got it. It's taking its time now. So we got music by Jesse Jet. My name is Kit. This is Hardlens Media. Some weird stuff is going on, but I hope all of you are doing well. Let's see. Seriously, you need like a pot of coffee today. Oh, dude, I'm going to have a huge pot of coffee, as I should all the time, every time. But now, I'll see you guys on the Fury Road. Be safe, much love, and I am heading on out of here. Be sure to hit the like button before you leave, and remember, folks, have a beautiful week.
I guess this isn't such an awful place. Is that what you want me to say? You prove it's possible to sleep for days and to still think you're right here awake. The cost of living isn't much to make, but God, it's so hard to save. And when they told you everything was safe, were you safe? Were you safe? Were you safe? Were you safe? I guess this isn't such an awful place. Is that what you want me to say? You prove it's possible to sleep for days and to still think you're right here awake. The cost of living isn't much to make, but God, it's so hard to say. And when they told you everything was safe, were you safe? Were you safe? you say?
Fresh off the masses, the brand new cancerous growth, who has come here to vie for your vote. Come here to cry at the camps and to mourn at the shore for the bodies that float by the wreck of an immigrant boat. Then it's back to their luxury home, couple security booths and a moat. Couple cigars, little escargot, little booze and a soak. Just breathe in the steam and the smoke. Pink salt, lavender, candles are low. Shit, when you do what you do, gotta lighten the load. And he got a life of his own that's a sight to behold. And it's a lot to control, to decipher the code, or to siphon the soul. The cost of a good night's sleep for the working elite is a bargain, no matter the toll. Worth any wager, and that comes straight from the mouth of the means to the goal that will swallow us whole. Ripe for the picking if you don't mind mold, and you know I don't. Maybe we're pleasantly prone, maybe we're taking a licking, compliantly ticking and ticking and ticking, but never explode. No, I don't deliver the prettiest image, but damn if it isn't an accurate vision of natural fission, of rage at the system and abject heartbreak, patiently waiting for any who will listen. That little blue bird who was watching your words is a federal carrier pigeon, a Langley first. It's a patient observer who hears what it wants and is trained for the worst. Oh, you got nothing to hide. They'll be the ones to decide that after they root through your purse, after they read all your text, after they raid your apartment, confiscate all of its contents, then conjure up evidence out of the air on a wing and a prayer and malicious intelligence nonsense. Any presumption of innocence long since gone, right along with your comforts and constants. Historically, first they will come for the communists. So why in the fuck would I say I'm a communist? Well, it might be I love my community more than the monsters of opulence who are holding us hostage, who are vomiting promises. Might be I'm all done seeing our pensions and benefits harvested. Might be I'm all done watching the populace being disarmed in the guise of an armistice. Watching a woman collapse on the floor who will rise no more. She's wheeled out the door and you're next in line for the pharmacist. If you can get me to vote, it's a hard no confidence. But part of the charm of deception is politics wearing the mask of incompetence. It's all in the art of austerity, darling. It's all in the slide of the providence. Until home is as wide as your cubicle height and is only as deep as your coffin is. Maybe I'm miles away from impatience, aching to break off the head of the snake where the capital lust, reptile brain, and the margin of profit is. Like off with his. Like off with his.
I guess this isn't such an awful place. Is that what you want me to say? You prove it's possible to sleep for days and to still think you're right here awake. The cost of living isn't much to make, but God, it's so hard to save. And when they told you everything